Nana Buedi Amponim or Boda Dea or Toso Miensa, a Kontihene at the Akyem Asuom a year the Eastern region. There was Yamene Woka say Nana Abetuna Numutu Akasa Edia Fatim Ora Mature Operation Recover All Loot Eho yet Kromha Ena NDC for a winning election no in 2024. Just say so you were in a cry and any mastermind a year some could to a black one no the head of Timora almost start a expose from Senate Senate sales of buildings near their just saying somebody de bebreu and wo mode to montusu ne nche se Ghana fo bebre ni age se Tim Oral ba be ye adwuma aba be cheche nkrofo ni ade ama wo mom ho bon we ye kata hyehye dwirim ni proye mu no wo nyina eho akere wo abusua yes we yo mu in ewie ya afa ye hu hwe ye ntiti Mora yenim se sisi eda so wo se ni ho na no enanana ekire mu se Tim Oral yi ena NDC for the year campaign di mu odin pa okujeto enedi animu kan ene de ye ntehwe emfa ho and at this point no it is high time say omo de omo nan besi form na omo a fight corruption te say de omo e kan ye no na the fact say MPP eni so biem ne nche say corruption enkoso wo krum ha corruption ekoso enti omo form nan si form na omo en fight corruption e wo krodum ha yenko tie say de nana e cheche sa ensem we mu e fai.
It's a good one. And it's almost 1 year since the president was elected. Is there anything you would have wanted done in this 1 year period that isn't done yet?
So, I would have wished Oral was allowed to continue. We campaigned a lot on Oral, and I believe we needed Oral to carry on with the momentum. I'm one of those who believe that the slow, lackadaisical prosecutions of the old guard should have been changed for a revolutionary one like Oral. I'm sure by now we would have had a lot of people languishing in jail. You see, there are a lot of things that need to be changed. That corruption was massive under President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia doesn't mean it doesn't exist in Ghana. I mean, the temptation is still there. People will be tempted if care is not taken. And the best form would have been prevention. Let me give you one instance. Asset declaration form. You fill the form, but when your tenure of office is over, there is no end of term asset declaration form. It's not good enough. For me, it's just a cosmetic dressing. Because somebody can say, for instance, that I have 2 houses, and I'm going to write that I have 12 houses, and that I have 2 cars, and then I'm going to write that I have, let's say, 10 cars, with the hope that if I can get some money, if I can dip my hands and have something, I can build the 8 more houses that I wrote on the paper, or buy some 8 more cars that I wrote on the paper. And it's not really helping in the fight against corruption. If Oral had existed and presidents and vice and ministers and all appointees don't just fill a form, but they are given officers who actually investigate and value the properties that they claim they have, so that at the end of the tenure, they are once again investigated, and the properties that they have, if they exceed what their allowances or salaries or other businesses should allow, will be confiscated for the state. We need that much of a stricter enforcement against corruption. If we don't do that, I'm afraid we may come back a few years down the line and be crying just like we are crying now against the master looters that have just gone. We need to change that. Look at the Public Accounts Committee and then the Office of the Auditor General, and you will realize that it's just much ado about nothing.
I don't think the OSP is also doing enough.
You see, when you mention the OSP, I think it's an entirely different thing. I actually wish that that office could be converted to an oral office. I wish that oral were given that legal legitimacy to be able to operate, to be able to investigate, arrest, and prosecute. Because, quite honestly, value for money wise, I don't think OSP is doing what we want. Value for money wise. But an oral office set up, not just against the government gone, but other governments to come. There must be that fear that if you loot, if you steal, if you rob, if you are corrupt, you'll be found out. If you don't get caught in the same day, month, or year that you did it, when you are leaving office, you will be found out, and whatever you took will be confiscated. I think Ora would have done a more job. But, well, saying that, I'm sure the powers that be are looking into it, and I'm very sure that the president and his able team will come out with the best for the people of Ghana.
Okay. Right. Now, the last time we had an interview with regards to President Mahama going
Abusia, that is a year Kontihene wada a year Akyem Asuom ano na chese wokasa de fatim ora ho a wotwe mu se ono kra de ne yemu a anka ye special prosecutor office ne be convert de aye oral isanse oral no e wodwumedie kese pa e wo se dinken wo se yetoto tim oral na se isanse mampani de wode nhyehyɛ egu akwan mu ebi kra se wo be declare wo asset as a friend say an appointee by him. Now so sa declaration of asset no enya de a edi bibi papa bia beba sanse wonipa no betimi a declare ni asset bi kra no 2 cars oba akotwo se wo be 10 afei no de ne nsa bebo sikam na wato 8 na aka ne de aka homa na so 10 na wo declare ye nti no the fact say MPP fo a sebe ye label womo as the corrupt government no eni so no enche say womo so say no muntimi nye corrupt so chemu say aban adwuma de do kotum a there are a lot of temptations etimi ba ema wutianye yi a ebia de nka wo komu no wo de wadwen mu fine na so bekwa akodru honom na eja temptation abama nso du ho afori from ntinke o team oral led by Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa no etumi eye adwuma na take due course said the beya all these corruption based issues okromanum say no ebetimi a handle na ya pompi sika e de ahyemu na enya the legal right to prosecute people to say the special prosecutor no etimi eye no nke no ebeboa chense ade amode ye campaign. It was part of the policies uyi 24 hours economy free wa meka setim oral na kade ba kwa na sebe NDC fo jinja say oh they will recover all loot ade bia sebe MPP for FIA belonging to the government, they will take it back, but it should continue even in this administration because they know any idea ebeboa ama yetimi is asokata she dream no project ano e wo Ghana kro dream ha nti weni nsema eye ohini Nana Buedi amponim obo dade a wotoso miensa wode aba betudwa efa eye meka ne say team oral ya sabre there we don't see the existence meaning whether it is there or say it's not there because ye kai say omukra ka senka omu disikani ade be distribute some monies ne cars ne ade ebeboa ama omo etimi ago about their daily routines in operation when it comes to corruption and bribery cases so when they yenti omonka obeti okujeto nka dia na it has a connection with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And yeah, no, they are near forgetting. But Sam George and Swanwa. Now it has gotten to do with communications and digital innovations. Now she said, tomorrow on there, why you? Na you crapo de nimbaby or Malik Basenteli, or no support the nimbabia or no cra, and then ain't na chema. Anka tomorrow no ebe bwa o man Ghana yi pa. Ebusia, my who are drink e comment section.